Hey, welcome back friends. Today we're going to do a short install video on the Camco TR3 hitch. We're going to throw that on the back of the F250 to tow the prototype Imagine. Now the reason I didn't, it's taken me a while to install this hitch is because I wanted to tow a good bit with the WaySafe and get a feel of how this prototype actually tows. And so this prototype is a good bit bigger than the 2800 BH that we have. And so I wanted to give it, get some kind of reference as far as the WaySafe. The WaySafe performs very, very well with this prototype, even though it's a much larger trailer. And I can't really tell a big difference between this trailer, or really any difference between this trailer and the 2800. But at least now I have a reference point for this Camco hitch. Let's go ahead and take the WaySafe off and do a short install with the Camco hitch. I'll also take you on my first impressions. We're going to take this thing back to the storage unit, and that'll give you my first impressions. I won't be giving a full review on it today, but at least you'll know my initial thoughts. Stay tuned. Alright, so basically we'll just yank the shank out of here, get rid of the hitch, put it in the garage, remove the saddles from the frame. I'm also going to have to shorten my chains back up. You have to use extensions generally when you're using a WaySafe, so I'll have to shorten my chains back up. But yeah, I'm not going to bore you with all that. The next time you see this, this will all be gone. Alright, so I kind of get to cheat a little bit because I've done so many of those hitches, but make sure if you are switching from hitch to hitch that you know your ball height. So I know how much this trailer is going to make this truck sag and what happens when we distribute weight. So I'm just going to measure this ball height and I'll be good to go on the next one. The old WaySafe is definitely distributing some major weight. So I'm not super crazy about all the play in this shank. I checked the Camco website and it doesn't look like they sell a 2.5 inch shank. So yeah, we got some play between the shank and the sleeve, and then between the sleeve and the actual hitch of the truck. So yeah, we'll make do. All right guys, it's time to make our 3 measurements. The first one is with no weight, and then we'll do another one with all of the weight down on the ball, and then we'll do a third one with weight distributed. And if you haven't seen our video with the little on target from Equalizer, that's what I'm going to be using. But I misplaced my little target that goes with it, so I'm just going to use a bottle cap. Make do with what you got, right? So if you haven't seen that video, go take a look at that. I'll try to remember to link it in the description box below, or I'll put it in a card right up here. Okay guys, after the 3 measurements, I got about 60% weight distributed back up to the front, and my rig is completely level. I don't know how that comes across on camera, but yeah, I'm completely level. I'm actually perfectly level here, which I actually sometimes like to have a little bit, maybe a 1/2 inch lower there in the front sometimes, but I'm a little bit lower here on my rear axle. So I think I'm set up pretty good. It's according to the one target, I got about 60% distributed back up to that axle. So yeah, I'll take that. We should be in good shape. Now I have to tighten down. I can't show you the other side of this rig, so I'm worried about that. But now I have to tighten down the actual anti-sway component to this, which I showed you when I introduced you to this hitch. Make sure to go back and check out that video. Okay, here's a better view of this little hex nut right here that we have to tighten up. This is actually brake pad material in here, and we'll tighten this down. It's pretty vague in the instructions on how tight to tighten it. So it says, tighten it to your desired sway resistance. And I mean, I want the most sway resistance as I can get, so I guess I'll tighten it down as much as I can. It says it offers up to 300 pounds of sway resistance, and I don't know if that's a lot or not, but I can go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to be super crazy about having to do this every single time I'm hooking up. So yeah, I mean, maybe I won't have to. I'm not sure, but anyway, let me tighten this down, and we'll get this thing on the road. Come on, guys. Hitch manufacturers, fix this. There's no way that should be the case. And no, I'm not going to rotate that around because I'm not supposed to mess with the prototype. So, and I shouldn't have to. Also, I'm not picking on Camco. Equalizer, Blue Ox, all those guys do it. So it drives me nuts. Okay, friends, initial tow with the Camco EAZ-LIFT TR3, and we've got ourselves a little rainstorm here, but no real wind. So we're kind of in a, we've kind of got ideal towing situations right here. But it's towing very well. I have to say, I don't notice any sway at all. I'm up to 65 miles an hour, which is my cruising speed. I really don't ever tow faster than that, and I really suggest you don't either, but that's up to you. And yeah, just watching the tail end of the rig. It's not moving much. It shouldn't be with no wind, especially. Got a bridge right here. Let's see if it does any porpoising. Nope, that's good there. That's always that bridge is kind of my little first initial test. So yeah, so far I'm pleased with its performance. We'll put about anywhere from 500 to 700 miles on this thing before I give you my official review. If you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. I know YouTube rules says to give everyone something here and now fast, but I can't do that. I got to spend some time with it, see how it is to live with, see how I like tightening down or loosening up that brake piece around the pivot point. Yeah, well, I may not even have to bother with it at all. It may just be a one and done type thing, and you only loosen it when you're in icy conditions or something like that. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'll read up on it. I read the owner's manual, but it didn't really mention whether or not you have to do that every time. So, or maybe I missed it. I don't know. But we'll see about that. It's quiet. It's very quiet. You noticed? I don't know if you noticed the saddles when I did the unboxing video, but the saddles have those plastic inserts, and yeah, they're pretty quiet. It should be a pretty quiet hitch. We will see. Yeah, there's not much else to say right now until I spend some significant time with it, get it in some windy conditions, get it around some semi trucks, and then we'll have a much better idea of how it actually does. Again, that'll be probably August or September before I do that. I want to put some significant miles on it, and then I'll match it up as best I can with the 8 other hitches we've done. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this useful. Hey, Beckett, tell everyone bye with your blue lips. Are they still blue from the ice cream truck? All right, guys, I hope you found it useful, and if you did, as always, consider subscribing. See ya.